Senator Gigan, it was reported not too long ago that you had a massive email leak detailing how you would destroy the country. How do you respond to these claims? Well, America, you heard it here first. You can't really argue with the truth.
ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai Movie Monster Series Showa Era Gigan figure. The Movie Monster Series Showa Era Gigan is, in fact, a reissue of the Toho Kaiju series Gigan, which was then reissued in 2001 for the Movie Monster series. It features less paint than the 2001 Movie Monster series, but around the same as the Toho Kaiju series release. In case you were wondering, here is the 2001 Movie Monster series release, and here is the original Toho Kaiju series release. Interesting how they kind of went backwards on this, huh? Showa Era Gigan was a huge showstopper when the Movie Monster series decided to give him yet another reissue. How does that hold up today? Pretty much perfectly, yeah. Starting at Gigan's head, he's got his little pincers, he's got his mouth, he's got his visor, which is a nice blood red, he's got that little nipple on his forehead, and he do got the spikes. All painted silver, except for that guy, he's a bit of a hybrid of green, gold, and silver, and all have some magnificent detail at the bases of them. Speaking of detail, we've got even more hot dogs this time because Gigan's neck has got some wowzers. You can't really see it from the front, but from the side, oh yeah, meaty smorgasbord. Delectable meat wieners. And looking at Gigan's beak, it is smooth and very, very silver, and we can even see some teeth. 6 teeth in total, a nice little detail. I do very much wish that the mouth was a little bit more open, to be completely honest. Not to get weird or sound kinky or whatever, but Gigan's got like a pretty cool mouth, and I like the way that everything just kind of like opens up. You see his teeth, you see his tongue waggling about. It's just cool. It would be nice to see that in a Movie Monster series figure, but I think I'm asking for too much. Gigan's got some nice wrinkling skin over here on his arms. Really liking the minimal detail over here at the base of the blades on his arms and the minimal detail on the blades of his arms. You're going to be getting a little bit more detail on the opposite end over here, still looking fantastic. And you're going to get even more suit-ish looking detail on the bottom of the arm over here as well. He's got a little too for an elbow. And you will essentially be getting all the same on the other arm to varying degrees of silver, but still good. Taking a look at the legs over here, we've got more suit and skin wrinklage over here, along with some Jet Jaguar looking knee pads, more fantastic detail, the singular toed blade foot, and all of that on the opposite leg, on both sides. Gigan's got the blinged out underbelly with a buzzsaw on his titties and gut, and for the most part, the little blades, while dull, are very nice looking. We've got this nice little separation over here with Gigan's skin tone, and then we move into the crotch region, into the bottom of the tail, where the gold will end, and we will see very basic looking tail detail all the way to the tip. Saw bumpy and cratery. And then we've got more gold on the top of the tail. Do so wish all of these spikes were painted, and then we move into my favorite part of the figure, the back. Gigan has some beautiful detail on his back, on his sails over here, from the little craters at the base to the light rippling on the sails. They just look so beautiful and foily and awesome. And honestly, I'm perfectly fine with how these look. I wouldn't change them for the world. Just so shiny and beautiful, yes. And I do so love how these little cratery looking details over here move from Gigan's back to his nape and neck to the top of his head with these thorns over here. And wouldn't you know it, he's branded 1998. Bandai 1998, made in China, 61507. That's about gonna do it for paint and detail. I really don't have any critical points with this figure. I think he's perfectly fine the way he is, and I can totally understand the thought process from Bandai really not wanting to make a new mold for him because this is just perfect. I'm not saying that you shouldn't make a new mold for Gigan for his 50th anniversary there, Bandai and Toho, but, you know, for what we got at the time, this is fantastic. 2 solid stars. Taking a look at Gigan's tag over here, another beautiful spring day backing him. Gigan looking goofy and sadistic and ROBO-CHICKEN-like as possible. Gigan, Godzilla 2018. Got the Gigonius sails on the back over here. Movie Monster series. The same standard song and dance with the inside of the tag. And now we can move on to articulation. All the way around at arm 1, all the way around at arm 2, all the way around at leg 1, all the way around at leg 2, glue sealed at the tail, nothing at the head. A very basic set of movement from the Movie Monster series Gigan, and all that I really need. Solid star. How about another sidestep there, shall we? In comparing the latest Movie Monster series Gigan figure to, let's say, the Bandai America Gigan figure, I think both of these figures could learn something from one another. Particular point being, I love that Bandai America Gigan's skin is all bumpy and cratery looking. I think that would perfectly coincide with all the bumpy and cratery details that Gigan has on his sails and on the back of his head. Absolutely love that Bandai America took the time to paint all the spikes on the tails. Yes, yes, yes. And something that I've truly grown to like about the Bandai America version in comparison to the Movie Monster series version is just the very over-the-top looking visor for Gigan. I've come full circle. In my original review of the Bandai America Showa era Gigan, I kind of criticized it for being so over the top. Now, I'm not saying I want that on the next Movie Monster series Gigan, but I like that it's a lot bigger, you know? It kind of makes him look a little bit cooler. Maybe even a bit more anime robot-esque, I don't know. But now, the only thing that I actually like a lot more on the Bandai America version than on the Bandai Japan version is just how splayed out Gigan's sails look. I mean, I hate the look of them since they kind of look like cookies, the little cookie cutters. But I really like that they bloom outward like that. It really opens the door for some fantastic detail that Bandai is never short of. And yeah, it might not be the most accurate thing, but I think it looks really, really cool. And it would be really nice to see a Bandai Japan Gigan kind of take some cues from that. But that is simply a suggestion and not something that I think needs to be on a Gigan figure for it to be a good one. I feel another sidestep coming on. The next figure I'm going to show off, I genuinely think would be an absolutely perfect alternative for a Movie Monster series Gigan. No, not you. At least not yet. You. Okay, clearly not as buff and not as sad looking when it comes to the visor, but an open mouth, a little bit more paint, maybe less wild as this. No blue denim trimmings, please. But the textured skin, I would truly like to see. Again, I know it's not fully accurate to Gigan, but realistically, what else could you possibly do? Just add a little bit of skin texture to him and give him an open mouth. That's all I'm asking for. And, you know, paint. And I'll even go the extra mile if you want to do a Godzilla store exclusive version of the new mold of Gigan. There you go. There's your paint scheme, unless you want to go full-on metallic with him or something. I always found it interesting that there are Gigan figures out there where his skin isn't green but black like this. And I guess it would be a nice, cool little nod to the days of the past if Bandai were to release a darker toned Gigan figure. Maybe with a little less accuracy when it comes to the paint. I mean, can you imagine a little bit of this on a whole bit of this? I think that would genuinely be pretty cool. But at the end of the day, I just want a new Gigan figure. Okay, now you can show up. And even take a paint job similar to this. Not accurate, but still cool. Alright, I'm about done trying to cram this video with some extra stuff. These are the only other Gigan figures I could really compare it to, save for the Minimates. And that thing looks exactly like this guy. So, yeah. Bye. 3 solid stars for the SADISTIC ROBO-CHICKEN, and again, they needed a new Gigan figure out on the market. They got one. This guy is perfectly fine. Still very much hopeful for a new Movie Monster series mold of Gigan, either later on this year or early next year, same as we're getting with Ghidorah. Size comparison time, small, medium, large, and some related bits. I do wish this guy featured some of the extra paint from the 2001 release, but in hindsight, he really didn't need it to begin with. This is still an awesome representation for Gigan, and who knows? It's the year of Gigan! Maybe we'll get a whole new mold for this guy. I'd be super up for that. Yet another positive remake for Rob's Godzilla Room Reviews. I do so hope you enjoyed. And when next we meet, which will be on Monday of next week, we are going to be talking more about Derek. So until then, everybody, I hope you all have a festive weekend. Be safe, be healthy, do what you gotta do to stay that way. And this is yet another week where Big Bad Toy Store still hasn't received the SH Monster Arts Godzilla Ultima. How long must I wait? Bye, everybody.